Hello to all of you, our dear subscribers. We are back to you with a technical analysis presenting to us by the company FutureTrendResearch, and today's 4th of February 2019. And we have today we have a kind of much more positions, much more currency pairs to analyze than usually. Of course, among them will be dollar ruble and euro ruble, but let's start from the euro dollar. As you could see, FutureTrendResearch still has a kind of short position at 116 and the long aggregated one at 117.98, and that's explainable because at the moment the euro dollar continued to trace sideways in the very tight range, and it's really very hard to understand and to predict where the currency will go next. As regarding the point of view of how to trade the euro dollar, you could see that from your screens. As regarding the chart and resistances and supports, here they are. And to say the truth, here in the euro dollar the situation is not so interesting, for example, like in the dollar Canada. And in the dollar Canada, as you could see, FutureTrendResearch has an incline to sell the currency on any kind of uptick, and continue to suggest that in the foreseeable future the pair will test lower levels. You could see that from the last kind of sentence. The indicators of the short-term charts are also negative, with fresh bullish divergences confirming a negative tone, and as a result in the dollar Canada, FutureTrendResearch expects further weakness. Dollar yen, here FutureTrendResearch does not have any kind of position at the moment, and says that the situation is more or less complex and mixed at the moment, because we have from one point of view some of short-term indicators are positive, some of longer term are still rather mixed. And that's probably, as you could see, we say probably because the short-term picture is not really so clear with mixed signals, and that's why it's really very hard to say where this type of currency will go next. You could see that FM closing about 109.90 will already abort any kind of potential negative reversals and will support a move toward a short-term target located at 110.52. Dollar Swiss, here the situation still rather neutral at the moment, for example the euro dollar, dollar Swiss continue to trace sideways in the very tight range of 0.99 per parity. As you could see, FutureTrendResearch has a short position at 0.9950, but as you could see since Friday, the upside risk here has again increased. Sterling, here FutureTrendResearch has a kind of profitable short position at 132. He moved the stop to 131.67 and continue to expect the pair lower, looking for a 129.50 to square the position. Australian dollar, don't forget this night we have a kind of very interesting economic numbers coming from Australia in the form of Australian retail sales report, but more interesting will be a Royal Bank of Australia interest rate decision and rate statement. So be careful about this kind of economic event. But more or less at the moment FutureTrendResearch prefers to stay on the signed line. In the Australian dollar, Euro Swiss, as you could see, Euro Swiss confirmed the positive closing on Friday, remaining however interior the inside day with 114.40, 113.55 still the levels to follow in the coming hours. The weekly closing was soaring even above the 100 weeks line, and we had a positive closing even in the monthly chart. And finally, some words about Russian ruble crosses. Dollar ruble, for example, confirmed the further mixed closing on Friday, still managing to remain above the 200 days line located at 65.376, and that's still showing good support, at least on closing, and while above this line the chances suggesting a rebound are increasing. The weekly closing was weak following the monthly one. The indicators of the daily chart are still well negative for now, as well as those of the weekly one supporting further weakness. The indicators of the short-term charts are instead above the line this morning, supporting a possible correction that we expect still to be corrective, with the 200 hours line at 65.85 at the first attraction. Future Trend Research prefers to wait for a decent rebound to sell, but with no hurry. As you could see, resistances from the part of future trends located at 65.845, 65.98, and supports at 65.165, 64.85. The same applies, by the way, for the Euro-Ruble. Euro-Ruble also confirmed a mixed closing on Friday, remaining below the 200 days line at 75.594, still suggesting lower levels. The weekly closing was negative, confirming therefore also the monthly one that was negative. Only break above 76.055 will postpone further weakness for this type of Euro cross. Resistances and supports are on your screens. Thank you very much, dear subscribers. Future Trend channel, together with the company Future Trend Research, are open to any of your remarks and suggestions. We are ready to answer any kind of questions. And for those looking for another kind of technical analysis from the part of Future Trend Research, you can find the website of the company in the description of this video. And don't forget that Future Trend Research at the moment can grant you a 1-month free period of servicing the product of the company. Thank you, take care, and bye-bye for now.